Hello darlings, Maria here. Welcome to the shop. So today is entry 3. We are on a roll here. So where we left off was we have our Luna all cut up. We have our archway all done. Now it's time to solder those babies in. And we gotta freestyle the background, which I'm so excited about. That's gonna be like my favorite thing because I just love adding things in and working around the curves. We have like a lot of weird angles. So it's gonna be a little difficult to get everything kind of fit where it can be. We don't want to use a saw. Nothing against saws. I know like a lot of people are just like, oh, you used a saw, it's whatever. But no, I believe in saws. They're a pain in the ass. So I like to figure out ways to not use them. So we have to draw out the background. We have to solder in the parts we love. We have to find the little baubles for the like eyes of the, like in the wings of the Luna moth. So we're gonna figure out the colors. One of you suggested purple in the comments, so we're going with that for the top little baubles. And then we just gotta figure out the bottom ones. We had a flood in the house. The water heater went. Like when it rains, it pours over here. So we had to rip up the whole tile. So I was hoping to have this girl done this week, but things have kind of, you know, gone the way. I'm very, very excited. I think we're gonna have to actually redraw like a whole new pattern. So yeah, anything else? Anything else? Of course, let me know if you guys have any suggestions on colors, designs. So be sure to follow Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the things. And we even stream on Twitch sometimes. I don't know if that's your thing, but you know, it's a good time. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, comment any love, and yeah, so let's go.
Well guys, here's the aftermath of our little flood we had. My floors just have never looked better, as you can see. But I hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's. Now it's time to pick out our little colored baubles. As you can see, I did not foil the top 2 pieces of glass of my Luna moth because we are going to have to make room for these little gems, and I could not decide on the bottom gems. Sarah commented on the last video that she loves these purple girls, and you know what, I couldn't agree more. I was like, all right, you love them, let's do them. So thank you for the comment, Sarah. And then it was time to decide between this kind of green or turquoise or lime green. I went for the lime green. I just thought it had like better contrast than the other two. But the scary part here is now we have to make room for these purple gems, and they're quite big. If you saw the previous glass diary entry on this girl, you would know that I was very nervous cutting out these top 2 pieces of glass just because I don't have any more. So this is very touch and go. We're gonna draw these on. We're gonna kind of do that eye shape again. That way it's a little bit easier. And I am just taking my time nipping away at the little holes as much as I can, just nice and slowly. And I put my thumb in the back of my index finger on what I feel like is the points that would want to break, the most fragile points. So that's just me kind of giving support to those pieces because I don't want to let the score lines run anywhere else except where I want them to. And we did it! Let's put her together. The funny thing about this is she was not fitting together, and I was so frustrated I could not figure out why, and I figure out much later that it's because 2 pieces are backwards. So, but look at this. I just think she's so gorgeous. I think, Sarah, you're really on point with the purple gems because they look so juicy, so gemmy, and they give such a beautiful contrast to that green. Now it's time to solder her in place. And as you can see, this little purple hexagon amethyst keeps popping up. We're going to use that too. Now, if you can tell, she fits much better. There were just 2 pieces that were faced in the wrong direction, and now it's all set. So now she fits better. the stress is over, I can breathe. I was freaking out for a bit. And we're gonna solder her in place. So we're gonna tack her up. And we're gonna do the same thing for our beautiful night sky purple archway. And these are those little clear glass bauble bits that I ended up foiling, and some of them needed to be grinded, and we're just gonna pop those girls right in the middle of all those pretty spots. And I fill them in with some jump rings. I don't want any weak points, so this makes sure she has a nice little backbone even in the spots where there is no glass. I just love the effect that the shape gives. It adds so much movement, and I think filling it in with the solder, it's so like pillowy and elegant. I just love it, and it's so satisfying. We got out of the shop for a bit and took a little bit of a beach day, and now it's time to get back to it. So what I decided I needed to do is just redraw the entire window again. Now that we got our favorite parts down, we know like the core design. I just recut out, measured everything, making sure she's nice and even. And I used that beautiful amethyst hexagon as this kind of top sun ray bursting with energy kind of point, as you can see. That was probably the trickiest, is to really get those lines nice and straight and even on both sides. And then I decided to draw in the little freestyle honeycombs. These are very like kind of wonky, and they are not precise. They're hand drawn. I love them looking like that. They're different sizes, they're different shapes pretty much, but I just love the look of that. I just feel like the hand-drawn effect, even if you don't draw perfectly, it just gives such a whimsical vibe, and that's what I'm going for. But as you can see, there's a lot of spots I have to work around, like the tips of these clouds. What I do is any spot that really seems like it's going to be difficult to cut, I add a bunch of little free-form kind of shapes in between. And I try to give like a pattern effect, so you'll kind of see what I mean as we go. And now it is time to cut out our honeycomb. I have the most beautiful yellows and ambers, golds, textured artisan glass, and I'm just obsessed, and we're going to use those for our little honeycomb pieces. I think these really complement the rest of it, and the rest of the background is going to be all clear textures. So the color here is really just in the honeycomb, the Luna moth, and that archway night sky. Everything else is very neutral, like the white clouds or the clear background. Some of the clear glass choices that I'm picking. I want all the textures, so I love doing this. It enables me to use my scrap glass. I love that reeded glass. It reminds me of wood grain, and the glass to the left reminds me of like alligators. I always call it alligator glass. This is very subtle and ripply, And then we have like this water raindrop looking, like water runs down your windshield kind of vibe. I love the motion of that glass and this kind of frozen over beauty. So we're just mixing it all up. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I just really want to make sure I don't have two specific textures touching and just have fun with it. Not too much pressure. I try not to overthink it. It's very easy to get caught up in worrying about the small details. But I find when I do this, it really doesn't matter because in the bigger picture, it's all gonna really flow together. And there she is. I'm so excited about this crystal and I just think it's gonna be beautiful. I just do. I already love it. I already love it. So that is this week's entry. Tomorrow is a new day and I'm so excited. Hopefully we really get her buttoned up for this next video. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your comment suggestions. I love y'all so much. I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day and I'll see you in the next video.